Hey everyone, I'm really happy to see everyone here. Hello everyone, I'm excited to have our today's stream about Copilot.us tools for productivity. Let me know if you're already aware of Copilot.us tools, if you use them outside of ChatGPT, because today we're going to talk particularly about that. And also let me know from which locations you are joining so we know how to plan our future streams better according to your time zones. So today we're gonna dive deeper a little bit into the apps that I just mentioned about our platform and website, Copilot.us, and after that we're gonna look into user cases for three tools that are going to increase your productivity, which gonna be our Summarize tool, our Chat with PDF, and also the last tool that we will cover. So I gave a few minutes for everyone who wanted to join. Also, there is an important notice that in the end, I will be giving out a voucher for the price of our tools on copilot.us. Again, that is a different thing from ChatGPT. For our website, you do not need any ChatGPT subscription to use our tools. And I really hope that you will enjoy it. In case you have any questions on how to approach anything, let me know in the comments section. I will be always keeping an eye on that. So let's dive in. And if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm always happy to give an answer and as much information as possible for you. So I'm gonna share my, here you go. I'm gonna share my screen. It's working. Let me know if something is off. And here you can see that we are on our copilot.us website. And once you go to the dashboard, you can see there are different sections for the tools that we have created, and we will be creating new ones and updating and so on and so on. And as you can see, there are PDF and documents, web search, content and copywriting, job search, small business, and images. Everything is very different. And in case you are looking for something in particular, that is a great way to filter out the tools that you're looking for. As I mentioned before, today we're going to talk about the first tool, which is called AI Summarizer. As you can infer from the context, that is a great tool to make your research much more efficient. So basically, if you're looking for new information, if you're diving into a topic that you're not aware of, that is a great tool to get started. You basically can upload articles or any pieces of information with lots of data and summarize it. So you do not need to go through all the information and all the text. You can firstly analyze it with AI Summarizer and then see if that is something you are looking for. So once you click on here, you are going to see the tool. Here you can see there are like three parts of that. Left part is where you actually upload the information. So that is where you upload the text that you need to work with. There are a few ways to do so. You can either copy and paste the link to the article, let's say. You can also copy and paste the text itself, or if you have a PDF or Word, you can upload the file. After that, there are a few settings that you can play around with. Either you need it in a paragraph format, bullet points, then summary length. You can either have it custom and then input the amount of words that you need to have, or just select it either that is short or long and play around with that. And of course, to the right, you will see the actual summarized text that you will be working with. And on the bottom, there is also a possibility to have more precise instructions and prompts. For example, you want to summarize the key arguments or extract the hypothesis and methodology. I think those are really great for academic papers or very comprehensive research papers. In our case today, we will be mostly working with articles, so the information might not be complex enough to have great examples for those specific instructions, but I really want you to be aware that there is an option to do so. So I hope everything is pretty clear so far, and we are ready to proceed with our first example. We're just going to find an article in The Guardian about AI apocalypses that could take a lot of jobs in the UK. And again, we are really doing research fast. For example, we have a deadline in 30 minutes and we need to be aware of some information to this particular article, and then we paste it. Here you can see there is already information extracted. Once you know what you're looking for. For example, in this case, I really, let's mention, do not have enough time, so I want it to be bullet points. And since it bullet points is going to be very neatly organized, I'm actually fine with long text because I still can scan through all the information and then see the keywords and the main topic. So here you can see that everything is very neatly organized. and you can go through all the information and actually understand the topic and not waste all the time to read the article. But let's imagine that you're not really happy with the length. You wish it would be a little bit shorter, so we can change the settings and then re-summarize it, which is again very simple. It's going to take you a little bit of extra time, just a few moments, and again we have our new version right here. From here, you can proceed in a few ways. You can either copy the text and then save it somewhere. You can download the file with this particular summary. You can again change the settings if you're still not happy with the output and re-summarize that. Or you can, on the top right, find the delete all content icon, which looks like a little trash can. Click OK, and you're ready to proceed with the next project, or in our case, with the next example that I found an article on another web, and I think that I want to have all the text here. So you can see I already have all the text prepared, and I'm gonna select and copy the whole text. It is a pretty comprehensive article. I can go to our tool, and to the left, we just paste all the information. For this one, I think the paragraph is fine, but since it's paragraph, I want to be that on the shorter scale. Once we are sure what we are doing, we just click summarize, and in a few moments, again, we have a very neatly organized, very concise, and straight to the point summary that you can read to the right. Again, as I mentioned before, there are a few ways you can proceed: copy, download, summarize, or just delete all the content, proceed with yes. And again, we are ready to our last example with AI Summarizer. You can see I found an article on Vogue Spanish. And with this example, I actually want to show you that it also works with different languages. So for example, if you found something in another language and you still want to work with it, you can copy. In my case, I think for me, it is easier to copy the link, go back to our chat, and here I paste the link. I change the settings to something I'm looking for. In this case, I do want to have bullet points and then medium length of the text, or actually let's do it custom so you're also aware of this option, and then input, let's say 250 words, and click summarize. And in a few moments, you will see that the whole summary will be actually in English, so you do not need to translate the article, or in this case, actually, sometimes it does give the information in Spanish, but let's try to select the other settings and see if it will translate it in English. Still in Spanish, but to be honest, that happens sometimes that some outputs are in the language of the article and others are in English, so you do need to double check for that. And I will contact our technical support team to make sure that everything runs smoothly for you. And in case you run into any problems with the language, for example, just contact our support team. They're always there, and we will make sure to figure everything out for you. Our next tool will be our web search. I'm gonna share the new screen with you. Here you go. So here again, you can see that web search is on the top of the filters, and then you can find web search and click on chat on copilot.us. That is a great tool. In case you're really not aware how to use it, I always tell that you can actually ask all the AI tools how to use them. So in our case, how can I use this app? And after that, you usually get the list of possible user cases or features, how to work with this particular tool. Of course, there are a few approaches that I really like for this tool. For example, in case you are learning new piece of information, here you can see all the questions and probable ways to use this particular tool. So again, do not hesitate to actually double check what is out there, because we do also update our tools. So in case it is updated, you will have this information right here. And my favorite ways to use this tool is, for example, to structure the information about the new topic that I want to get to know about. So for example, I really interested in learning more about AI from scratch. Let's imagine I have no idea about AI, I have no idea how it works, and then I want 5 books in logical order to dive into this particular topic. I think with all the information that we have out there online, that is really hard to start as a beginner. and then build your way up, because it actually takes a little bit more time to build up all the database and structure in your mind how to approach this particular topic or field. In my opinion, that is a great way to plan ahead your studies and your self-development in much more efficient way. So here you can see that we have the name of the book, the author, and then also like short descriptors, so you can double check if that is something your vision for this particular topic aligns with, and after that you can actually start diving right into the topic. And after that, I also want to show you a little bit another example here. It will be a bit more precise, because the second example would be us diving into modern literature history topic, and we want to outline 10-week plan for topics and materials to cover as a beginner. Again, you might use that for yourself if you want to get to know a lot of new information and you're wondering how to structure that and how to approach it. You can use it as a plan structure and planning for your kids, or in case you're actually a tutor or a teacher, professor. I think that is a great way to outline something that you could teach your students. And I think it works great. Of course, if you're a professional in that, you might see there might be possibilities to tune and improve and hone all of the outlines. But if that is something that you're looking to approach by yourself in your free time, or it's just like your passion project to learn a little bit more, in our case, about literature, I think that is a great tool to approach this. So here you can see the week one introduction to modern literature, then the topic, the readings, and also the supplementary video, and that we have for every week. So I think that is a great way to actually outline what you're gonna do with the topic that you're passionate about, and you actually can become a little bit more of an expert, in our case, with the literature. And also another way to use this particular tool, so basically you might be aware that, for example, ChatGPT cannot access the information from the latest version of the internet. It is always a little bit behind for 1 year or 1 year and a half. So if you ask something about the situation in the world right now, ChatGPT would not be able to give you the information that you're looking for. It is always a little bit outdated and obsolete. In this case, for example, we want key reasoning and analysis of property crisis in Paris of 2024. That is very fresh, and our tool still can do that and pull out the information from the internet and information that is live right now, not some time ago. So I think when you're searching for random questions, I don't know, questions that keeps keeping you awake in the middle of the night, like why that crisis happened, or what to do with this particular topic, or some random medical questions that actually need a little bit of research, I think that is a great way to save a little bit of time and have a comprehensive summary. Sometimes it gives you summary right away. Sometimes they still gives you like some resources, article or books to read up. But even if it does provide you some resources, you can ask to summarize those before you dive into those if you're looking for like quick loophole. Here you can see it did provide us with facts and actual different aspects that it analyzed for us, like housing factors, impact of major events, in our case, Olympics. And again, I want to emphasize that all the news and article about Olympics, they're pretty fresh. So for example, ChatGPT would not be able to have that information, that would need to be updated. And I think if everything is clear, I do not see any questions. I think we are ready to proceed with our last tool, which is going to be Chat with PDF. You can see it here. You can see the log on the top, and it is called Chat with PDF. As you can infer from the context, that is a great tool to work with PDF documents. For example, there is a PDF of a report that your professor gave you, or boss provided you with a huge presentation on a particular topic, and you need to research, explore all the aspects of this field. That is a great tool to save a lot of time. So here you can see that, again, you can either upload a file or copy and paste the link. And again, important thing about this particular tool, that we updated that a few weeks ago, and now you're able to upload a few documents at the same time. So let's imagine you want to dive into climate topic. That is actually what we're gonna do now. You can actually download, let's say, 2 or 3 files, upload them in the chat, and then the chat will give you all the answers based on all the 3 papers at the same time. What we're gonna do now, I actually want to save this to, oops, there is some issues with my connection for some reason. And let's double check. Oops. I hope this stream is still working for you. If there is something, let me know. And we are going back to our app. We can click on upload and go to the desktop and then actually choose the file that we want to work with and then click upload. It's going to take just a few moments to see all the information extracted. As you can see here, our tool, again, the screen is split into 2 parts. To the left, you can actually see the whole document and maybe scan through information, and to the right, all the usual AI text dialogue is here. So of course, you can enter your question, max 1000 characters, or if you're a little bit stuck, or for example, you're new to AI tools and you're not really sure how to get started, there is a little icon of magic wand. You can click on that and, for example, start with something that already pre-loaded here. For example, give me a summary of this document. You can just click on that, take a few moments, maybe go through the document again just to make sure everything is working correctly for you, and then you will have a neat, very well structured and easy to comprehend summary right here. As you can see, very quick reply, and you can just skim through 2 paragraphs and then understand what is going on. Again, there are a few options. You can download the summary as text file and then, for example, use it for your future assignments or reports. Also, there are a few different ways to work with this document. As you can see, we already chose a preloaded question from the menu. We can also have specific instructions and prompt it ourselves. And also, the one thing that I really like, for example, when you're working with the new information as a student or a researcher, you need to go through all that information. For example, you really need just to rephrase this particular piece, so you can highlight that and then ask to summarize, and that is gonna be done in a few moments. As you can see here, extremely easy. Just highlight the pieces of information that you want to work with. In our case, that is just 4 simple paragraphs. Then hover over these pieces of information. There will be a little button which says summarize. You click that and you're gonna have your output just in a few moments. And that is probably going to be our last example. So in case you have any questions about the tools that we've just covered, or if you had more questions about the user cases, please feel free to ask in the comment section. I will try to get right on that. So you can see the summary of 4 paragraphs that we just highlighted. I think it worked pretty well. There is all the necessary data and information and facts right there. And I cannot see any questions. Now, in case you have something in the future, again, feel free to comment to the live section here, because it will be saved on our YouTube channel. And of course, you can always contact our support team. We will always make sure that you have the best experience. And again, as I promised before, there will be our voucher that I am going to paste to the chat. So right here, you have Copilot, all letters capitalized 20. You can go to our website. Let's share this particular. Here you can, for example, log out. I just want to show you how it works. And you continue with whatever way to create account you had. And then you can go and manage subscription. And once you have pricing options and everything, you can, on the checkout, have, for example, here, you can actually use it as a voucher to get your price off. This offer is going to work for 12 months, so please make sure that you use it timely. I think that is a great way to test how everything is working for you, if those tools are something that you're looking for, if that is, again, something that makes your life much more efficient. And I hope so, because we are working really hard to create all of those tools, and we hope that you find them useful. In case you also have any features that you wish our existing tools had, or you want to see a new tool, you can also see there is a link in the description box below this particular live stream and other videos that we have been posting lately. You can request any new technical peculiarities of our tools right there, and we will make sure that we dedicate as much time as possible to meet your needs. And again, just to recap, we covered 3 tools: AI Summarizer, Chat with PDF, and Web Search. I really hope you find it easy to follow those instructions and tutorials, and everything is working smoothly for you. In case not, please contact our support team. And if you want to have a voucher, that is on the comment section right now. All the capitalized letters, Copilot 20, no space. And thank you for being here. In case you have any questions, feel free to drop them into the chat. And you can also join for our next stream that will be in a week on all the tools that is very useful to use for your creative process and for creatives. Thank you for being here today. Have a great day, and bye bye, guys.